And I think fear is a good sign that you're really pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone and going for something different, going for something big, regardless of what it is or what it pertains to. Hey YouTube fam, welcome back to the FLF, Faith, Lifestyle, and Fashion channel. I'm Sheree, and as always, you can expect to be inspired, motivated, and challenged in every area of your life, okay? So today's topic is fear. Whew, we are all familiar with fear, okay? So for me personally, I think the most fear that I have experienced has been in the area of entrepreneurship. Now, if you are not an entrepreneur, keep watching. This talk is for literally anybody, okay, and everybody. That is just my personal experience with fear. Experiencing it, I should say, within the realms of entrepreneurship more than I have in other areas of my life. However, the principles that I have learned or things that I do now to help with my fear, anybody can use. So keep watching. So with that being said, my fear, let's talk about it and how what I've learned is going to help you out too. So my fear was literally like a paralyzing fear. Mentally speaking, also just physically speaking, and I'll get into that because that probably sounds kind of weird. But from a mental standpoint, I would definitely allow fear to keep me from even moving forward. So, of course, with my fears, it was always like, what if this happens? What if that happens? And the what if was always negative, to the point where I wasn't making any traction in my business because I was too busy thinking like what would happen, because I was so fearful that I don't know. I was fearful that I would mess up. I was fearful I wouldn't succeed. I was fearful I would look crazy in front of people. Just any fear you could possibly have, I probably thought it, okay? Had a negative thought about it. So it was paralyzing in that sense. So one thing in particular that comes to mind when I think about fear being paralyzing from a physical perspective is when I was going around handing out marketing materials. So my plan at the time was to go to like high-rise apartment buildings, places that I believed my potential clients would live. And I was just going to go in, ask if I could leave a flyer there, kind of tell them a little bit about myself and how I could help their residents there. Pretty much, right? Like super easy, you would think. The fear within me, you guys, was not having it. I remember driving up to a couple of places and not even getting out of the car, like just was too fearful to go inside to talk to the people at the front desk. Or I would drive up and then sit in the car for like 10, 15 minutes trying to talk myself into going to speak to the front desk or the concierge or the manager at the property to just even tell them about my business, y'all. Like, what? Girl. No lie. And this might come as a surprise to people watching this that know me, but I'm like being 100% honest. Like, I was paralyzed with fear, just so scared. And I mean, the worst thing they could say is no. But, that just didn't resonate with me. Like, that didn't mean anything to me at the time. So I know a lot about fear. I've dealt with it. And one thing that I've come to learn and believe is that as we elevate in life, there's new fears at each level, because if you're growing, you're always going to be doing something or experiencing something for the first time. So I think that the presence of fear is there. It just shows up in different ways. And I think we learn how to overcome our fears better each time. That's my personal opinion. So I want to go through some tips that I've learned that help me now and things that I wish I would have known then, or at least would have implemented then. So the first thing is writing down your fear and why you're fearful of it. The reason why you want to do this is not to bring energy to it, but to actually kind of see how ridiculous some of your fears are. And I mean that in the best way. I mean, y'all just heard my example of being scared to get out of the car to talk about my business, right? But if I would have written that down, like, okay, I'm scared to go in to talk to X, Y, and Z about my business because I'm scared they're going to say no. So seeing it and writing it down can put your fears into perspective and allow you to understand how they might not be as valid as we're making them out to be in our head. The second thing is just be rational, right? Which kind of goes with writing it down. As you write your fears down and why you're feared, it allows you to be more rational about your fears. I think if had I written down why I was scared, I would have just been like, girl, get out and talk to these people. Like, they don't know you. Worst they're going to say is no. Also, practice. Prepare. People say success is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. And I'm a very firm believer in that. The more prepared you are, the more confident you will be. And I think that diminishes the power that fear will ultimately have or could have over you. And then the last thing I want to throw out there is just push through. Push through the fear. Just do it. Do it scared. I know we've heard that a million times, but honestly, that is the only way that you are going to overcome your fear. Don't be ashamed. It's a natural human emotion to have. And I think fear is a good sign that you're really pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone and going for something different, going for something big, regardless of what it is. Embrace it, push through it, and move on to the next thing. So I really hope this video challenges you to go out today or sometime this week and do one of the things on your list that you've been putting off due to fear. And I hope that it also encourages you to not give up on your dreams or your goals or whatever task that you have before you. Don't let fear win. Do it scared, okay? I would love, love, love to hear some of your stories of times that you have pushed through, or after you watch this, if you go do something that you've been putting off, come back. Let me know about it. I want to celebrate that win with you. I'll see you guys next time.